Hello guys, welcome to my 21st video tutorial on XHTML and CSS. And finally guys, we're going to talk about the property app position. Okay, so there's three types of position. It's absolute, relative, and fixed. Okay, so let's go to the portal and open page1.html. And you can delete all the code from the previous video tutorial. Okay. And in this video, we are not going to use the CSS external file. So you can delete the line of code you have saying link rel blah 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 blah. You can delete that and you can type the style text, okay, because we're going to use the CSS code here, okay, in the page1.html file. So let's go to the body section and type 3 divs. Okay, 3 different divs, because I'm going to show you guys how to use the property position in one of them. But let's type these 3. Let's put John and Victor would be James. Victor would be the div that we're gonna give some properties. So let's give it an ID name of Victor as well. So now we have to type ID Victor, curly braces, and let's give it a border of 2 pixel solid black, or let's give it a blue color. Save this, run this in Chrome, and there it is. Okay, let's change the width will be 50 pixel and height is okay. Let's see now how this is. Okay, we have now the div that we want with a nice blue border. Okay, and now I want to place this div around here. Okay, so we're gonna change the position of the div in our website or web page. So let's start by giving the position attribute absolute, and then let's type top compose 100 pixel, and then left 300 pixel. Save this and refresh, and something, oh okay, I forgot to put the semicolon here. Refresh this and there it is. Okay, so now we have an absolute position, okay, in the web page of the div of top 100 pixels from top. Okay, the top is here where the page starts. Top 100 pixels, this is 100 pixels, and 300 from left. Okay, so this is an absolute position of a div. Okay, now what about if we change this to relative? Refresh. Okay, what happened? Relative, you notice that we changed to relative, and James came down, okay, and this is where Victor should be, okay. So we have a blank space in where Victor should be originally. So if we go to the body, we typed a div John, a div Victor, and then a div James, okay, in that order. And so John is here, Victor is virtually here, okay, or should be here, and then James is the third here. But why does not Victor, Victor is not here, okay, that div is not here, is in blank, and it's here, because we gave it some coordinates, okay, we gave coordinates top 100 pixels and left 300 pixels. So the top 100 pixels now is from the original position, not from top, okay? The top 100 pixels, this top here, we type relative, and now the top 100 pixels is relative to his original position in the body section, okay, or in our web page, which is here, okay. 100 from this top here, and 300 from this top, from this left here, okay. So you now know that relative, when we type relative position, is relative to his position in the body or in the website, okay, in the web page, okay. And absolute is the absolute position from relative to the whole web page, okay. So don't worry, guys, if you didn't understand this, just send me a message, and I'll try to explain you better this thing of position relative and position absolute. But just if you type or try different examples, you'll get the idea, okay. Let's now use the other position type, which is fix it, okay. You can delete this left, and let's type 5 pixels. Refresh, and to see this work, we have to type some paragraphs here. Go. P, okay. Copy this, and let's paste some of this below. Okay. Just type a few, copy paste a few, because we have to scroll down the page, okay? Now refresh, okay. We now can scroll. We have enough to scroll down the page. So now this is where Victor is, Victor div, okay? And you see we have the position fixed, and then position from top 5 pixels. Okay, so we now have the div Victor 5 pixels from top, okay. And when we scroll down, you see it doesn't move, okay, and it's always stays there, okay. So it's fixed to that position, even if we scroll down or scroll up the page, okay. So that means a fixed position. You might have seen some advertising in some web pages, okay, some squares with advertising like that. So this means fixed position, and you now know how to use it, okay. So okay, guys, this is all for this video. If you have any questions, just send me a message or type your questions in the comment section below. okay? And I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. And don't forget to subscribe, and see you guys in the next video, which is a very important video and subject for in the XHTML world, which is forms. Okay, we're gonna start doing some forms in the next video. Okay, it's a very cool subject and a very, very, very used. Forms are very used in XHTML. And see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hello guys, welcome to my 20-second video tutorial on XHTML and CSS. And in this video I'm going to talk about forms. So forms are a very important part of a web page because it makes possible for the user to either log in with a username and password, or to, for example, register if it is a new user. So a typical form or register form is this one right here that I have. It's a good example. You have first name, last name, business name, email, phone. All this is data from the user, okay? And we call these sections here where we put the name and the data, we call that inputs, okay? So I'm going to show you how you can build a form, more not with so many things like this one here, but with a first name, username, first name, last name, an email address or phone, and an address, for example. So let's start creating our form. The first thing we should do is open Notepad++. And here it is. Okay, so let's start creating a new HTML file. So we have to type HTML, close HTML. And here let's type the head section, close head. You can type here a title if you wish. Close title. And the body, of course. Close body. And inside the body, let me just save this first. Save as. I'm going to save this in my desktop inside the portal here. Let me open the portal and let me save this as form.html. Let me just save this. Okay. As you see, the portal is this folder here that I have in the desktop. You can create that. And now to start creating a form, we have to type the tag form. And then down here, let's close it, form. Between these tags, we will create the inputs. Remember, the inputs were the part where the user is able to type their data, the name, the address, all that. Now, let me start by putting here, let me type name. And now we type the symbol bigger than, and input, type text name equals, and here we can type username. Okay, and we close that. Now let's save this and let's open this here with Chrome. Let's see how it's going. Okay, here it is. Now for now we have a name and an input where the user can type whatever he wants. Okay, in this case the name of the user, Victor, as you see. Okay, Now let's type the second input down here, which is going to be last name. So to do that, we type let's type last name, and we do the same thing. Input type equals, or instead of last name, let's just change this and type password. So we are creating a login form. So input type text, here name, and here we can type password. Save, and let's open this, refresh, and now you see you have a name and an input for the name and a password and an input for the password. Now I don't want this to be like this next to the name. I want the password and the input of the password to be down here. So what we have to do here is to create a line break, as you already know how to do this. I told you before. This will send this line here to the next line. As you'll see, if I click now here, refresh, and here it is. Okay, so now we have name and password, and you see if I type here Victor, and here I can type whatever password I want. Okay, so this should be a login system. And another thing I can show you is how to make these numbers or the password not visible to the user. Instead of showing the password, we will see some dots. To do that, we just have to type here. Instead of text in the input type, we type password. Okay, let's go back, refresh, and you'll see that let's type name Victor, and oops, sorry. And here, when I type, you see the password, it only shows the dots. This is a more professional way to present the password when we type it. Okay, let's just do another input. Let's type, for example, address. Let's type here input type equals. Here we can type text and name, and here we type address. Name is something that we will use in JavaScript. Okay, name is an attribute or property to identify the input. Okay, so in JavaScript I will go more deep into this, and you'll see what is the meaning or how we can use the name property. But for now, let's just type this as I typed it here. Okay, here I have name address. Let's close this. Oh, I forgot to put a line break here. Let's just run this in Chrome again, or Firefox, as you wish. Okay, and oops, I forgot the here, sorry, address. Okay, let's go back here, refresh, and here it is. Okay, now we have 3 inputs, and you can still go on and on with as many inputs and informations as you wish for the user to complete. Okay, I'm just gonna leave with these 3, and now I'm gonna type here submit button, create a submit button. So let me type another line break here, and here I'm going to create an input type equals submit, name equals, you could type here submit, close that, save it, and here let's refresh, and here we have submitter. Just have to type here another line break. Here, refresh. Okay, so we have here a button called submitter, but if I want to change, instead of submitter, I want to be type here something different, like submit or send. Let's type send. So to do that, we have to type here value equals, let's type here send. Save. Here refresh, and here it is. Of course, when we click, nothing happens because this is a part that we will learn in JavaScript or PHP. Okay, we still don't have the knowledge to grab information from a form and send it to the server. We will learn that in the PHP chapter. Okay, guys. But now we know how to create, at least we know how to create a form or a login system. Let me show you also how you can give a limit, a character limit, to each input. As you see, I can go ahead and type as many characters as I wish, but I'm going to show you how you can limit that. To do that, we have to use a property in the inputs called max length. Okay, now let me give you an example. Let's type here max length equals, and let's type 10, for example. And let me grab this, copy, and put it in here and in here as well. Max length 10 to every single input. Let me refresh, and now let's try to type Victor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm clicking 6 and 8, and nothing happens. Okay, so it's working. The limit is working. You can try yourself. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that's it. We can only reach 10. It doesn't let me type anymore. Here as well, I'm clicking and nothing more happens, and address as well, the limit is 10 characters. Okay, guys, so you can limit each input to the character number of characters you wish. Okay, it's a pretty cool feature, and it helps or prevents that the user types long strings of information. Okay, this is all for now, and if you have any questions, just send me a message or post your question in the comment section below. Okay, see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hello guys, and welcome to my 23rd video tutorial on XHTML and CSS. In this video, I want to show you how to use radio buttons and checkboxes. So the first thing I want you guys to do is create a simple web page with all the tags needed. And I'm going to save this in my desktop as radio check.html, and we can start creating our first radio buttons. Now I want to talk about the value property before we jump into radio buttons and checkboxes. So I'm going to show you pretty much how you can use it in two different ways. So let's just type a username and create an input type equals text. Now let's give it a name, property name, let's call it username, and a value. So this is a simple input that I've created we could use it in a form for a username or login form. And in the input, at the end of the input, I've created a new property called value. Now value, it's a pretty cool property that you can use in your inputs or in your buttons. Let's say you have a button here, and but let's do it first with the text. So we have an input text to put some text in it, call username, and the value, for now let's just leave the value with nothing, and let's run this in Chrome. Okay, this is a little bit too big. Okay, so here it is. This is the output, username, and an input that you can type whatever you want. Now if I type in the value, let's say put your name here and save it, you'll see that when I refresh, some forms used to have this, or it's a good way to place some words so the user know where he needs to put the name, or what he needs to put in the input box that you are referring to with the value. So put your name here, or you can also use this with a button. If you type, let's say I'm going to create a button, input button, we don't need the username here, input type button username, and let me just open this, refresh. Okay, we have a button, but nothing inside a button that says click it or submit. So let's type click here, and you'll see right away the result. Okay, click here, you can type something like submit. Okay, so form is a way you value is a property that you can use to type something in it. Now let's jump straight away to radio buttons. Now radio buttons are used usually in forms to for choices, for register forms or login forms, or if you buy some stuff and you want different choices to make in a form. So I'm going to show you right away how to do one. So we have to create a form first. Close form. And now let's create an input type, and here we type radio. Okay, so the form knows it's a radio button, and here 6, and here we type, for example, value equals mail, and let's close it, and here we type mail. So let's say this is a register form, and we are making the two different choices for the user to check if it's a male or a female. Now we can type line break here. Oops, sorry. Here, and now another input, pretty similar to the first one, radio, name equals sex, and value equals female, and here we type female. Okay, now let me save this and run this in Chrome, and there it is. Okay, so you can either choose male or female. Okay, and you can obviously you can use these for a bunch of different choices on a form, as I said, in a login form or in a register form, and you can place more choices if you want to. Okay. Oops, I forgot to close here the form. Obviously, this will have more functionality, or will have more logic when you use PHP to send the form to a server and process all the form for a registered user with the database. But don't worry, you will learn all that in the PHP chapter. Okay, for now, let's just learn how to use the radio buttons and the checkboxes in a form. Now, these are radio buttons, and a checkbox. You have to also use it in a form, and it's also an input type, and pretty similar. But instead of radio, you type checkbox. Name equals, and let's type here car, and here let's type the value equals to BMW, and let's close it. And here we can type BMW and VR. Now let's type pretty much the same thing. Checkbox, name equals car, value equals, and here we can type Ferrari, and Ferrari, and that's pretty much it. Well, I'm going to put just one more. You can copy this and put it here. Instead of Ferrari, let's type Mercedes. Mercedes. Okay. So let's pretend I'm a buyer, and this is a form to buy whatever car I want. And let me run this right away in Chrome. Here it is. Okay. So I have these three different choices that I can, these different cars that I wish to have the money to buy it, but let's pretend I'm gonna buy some mini cars. So a BMW, a Ferrari, and a Mercedes. So the difference between checkboxes and radio buttons is that you can choose the checkboxes. You can choose as many as you want. Sorry, and radio buttons you can only choose one of the choices. Okay, so as you can see, I can have all three, or the two of these, or just one, or none. Okay, I can check and uncheck. So that's it. That's pretty much it. This would work perfectly in buying a form with the PHP and a database for each user and all that. Don't worry. As I told you before, you'll learn all that in the PHP chapter. So that's it for this video. See you guys in the next video. Bye. Hello guys, welcome to my 24th video tutorial on XHTML and CSS. And in this video we're gonna learn how to make a drop down list. Okay, so let's open the portal page1.html and let's delete all this crap. Okay, so now in body, let's do a form. Okay. And now let's do select tag. Okay. Name. Let's type colors. And let's close the tag. And inside select, let's give option tag. Let's type option tag, then option value equals, let's type red, and now we type red. Okay. We can, this is option. Yeah, that's it. So let's copy this, and we're gonna do a bunch of options based. Okay, 4 options. That's okay. Red, and let's change this to white. And here, white, red, white, blue, blue, blue. We can type blue. I mean, sorry guys. Black and black. Okay. Save this. Okay, let's open this. Let's open this in Chrome now. Open it, and you'll have a nice drop-down list. See? So now you can choose from this list whatever color you like. Okay? So if you want to put some more colors, just go here and type some more option value. Let's type orange. Oops. Orange. Close the option tag, and now you have an orange option to select. Refresh, you'll see here. Okay, so you can put as much as options you want. Okay, and we can use this for a lot of things. Okay, I'm sure you saw drop-down lists everywhere. Okay, let's delete all this. Okay, you now know how to make some drop-down lists, and I'm going to show you how to do some text areas. Okay, so let's type comments here, and now gonna type text area name and close text area. In here I can type whatever I want. Let's put comments. Okay, save this. Let's open this in Chrome. Refresh. There it is. Okay, so let's put the comments or the box here, the text area below. You have to type the align break. Save this and refresh. There it is. Comments here, and a text area where you can type whatever you want. Okay, and you can change the size. Okay, click in here. Okay, and you can drag that like this, so you can type and you can see all the text you write. But what about if I want by default, instead of dragging this every time I want to write something, instead of dragging this, okay, I want a default size, okay, height and width of the box. How can I do that? Well, that's very simple. We type rows equals, let's type 20, and calls equals 20. Let's save it. Let's refresh, and there it is. I don't like that. I want rows to be, let's type 5, okay? 5 rows and 20 calls. Call stands for columns, as you probably know. So let's refresh. There it is. Let's type more columns. Let's type 40. Let's refresh. There it is. Okay, so this is how we change the default size of the text area. Okay, we can still move and drag and change the value, but the default value is this. Okay, is rows 5, columns 40. Why why does the text area use this kind of attributes? Why doesn't text area use width and height? Because text area works like tables, okay? The text area has rows and columns, but you don't see the limits, okay, or the borders, okay? The text area works with cells, and and we can so we can give the column number we want, which are 40. So there would be 40 columns here, okay, that you don't see. They are invisible, but they are 40 columns, and they are 5 rows. Okay, so if we give more, we have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. But if we give, obviously, if we give 15 rows, well, the height will change. Okay, so this is we can see this the rows as the height and the columns as the width of the text area. Okay, guys, this is all for this video, and I hope this was I hope you know how to make some text areas now. I think it's pretty easy. So if you have any questions at all, just send me a message, okay, or post the questions in the comment section below, and see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hello guys, in this video I want to talk about web hosting and templates. Now, first of all, web hosting is a service that is provided by a company to rent a server, and you can put your website in there. They also provide a registered domain name, so you can register a name for your website, .com or .net. And a good example and one of the most famous web hosting services is GoDaddy.com, which is this one here. As you can see, you can start searching here if the domain that you want. For example, let's say I want newweb.com. I want to call my website newweb.com. So I click go, and it will check me automatically if already exists that name. Okay, and as you see here, newweb.com is already taken. Okay, so you have to go back and search for another name for it. Now, this GoDaddy.com is one of the most famous and popular web service hosting, as I told you before, but you have tons of other cool and good web hosting services. One that I use, which is very, very cool for simple websites, is FreeHostia. And they, as you register and have a login with they will give you a name and a login to control your server to upload the files of the website. You log in. I'm going to show you how to. I'm going to show you this example, which is for a website that I have. Now I log in and I have all these management graphic icons here to control the server. Now the server is whatever it is. I don't know what it is, where it is, sorry. But I can control it, and basically I can create a MySQL database in it, FTP accounts. Now it depends on how much you pay for the package. Now when you register for a web hosting service, they will give you different packages and will give you different features for each package. And obviously the most expensive packages have the most of the features. But if you are creating a simple static website without much traffic, I recommend you FreeHostia, which has a very low price. I can tell you that you can pay $9 per year, okay, just for have a website on FreeHostia, which is pretty cool. Now, if you go to files, I have here file manager. Sorry, here. If I click there, these icons and that control panel is pretty similar for the other web hosting services. Okay, so don't be scared, because in GoDaddy it is pretty similar. Now, you see that I have here my onclickacademy.com folder, and if I open it, you'll find all my HTML files or PHP files in there. Okay, so basically you can create the website on your computer, and as soon as you have your website ready, you can register in a web hosting service, and then you can control or upload whatever files or the whole folder to the website or the web hosting service. Okay, guys, so this is how you can put your website online. And now I'm going to talk to you about templates. Templates are this is a website that provides templates. Some are for free, but others you have to pay for it. Templates are basically developers that create HTML files and CSS files to create a cool website. Okay, they will not have any content on it, only the style. Okay, so only the colors, everything like pictures, content, text, and all that, you have to put it on your own. But everything else is ready for you to use and to create your own website. So basically they will create the CSS and the HTML for you, and then you only have to put the content on it. This is what is templates called, and you have website templates here, flash templates, flash intro templates. CMS are content management system, which is the WordPress. I'm sure you already heard about it. I'm gonna cover CMSs and WordPress in my next course, which is already in development, which will be called Become a Developer from Scratch Advanced Programming. Hopefully it will be ready at the end of this year. And okay, this is what templates is. If you have any questions at all, just send me a message, okay? And see you guys in the next chapter. Bye. Hello guys, and welcome to the final project on XHTML and CSS. And in this project we will create a very simple website, static website, using everything that we learn in XHTML and CSS. I'm going to show you the project already finished. This project is available for download in at the end of the chapter of the XHTML and CSS chapter. I have it here already downloaded, and if you open the index page with your browser, this is what you'll get. Okay, so as you can see, you have a very nothing fancy, very simple website here, with a few links here to the about page and the contact page, a home page with the image, and here 3 little boxes, and the copyright down here. So very simple. A little logo as well. I'm going to show you how to do all this, and then you can, if you want to, you can still expand your website, or you can type here whatever you want as content of this website. But I'm going to show you just the structure, how to create the structure of this website, as you see here. And also you'll be able to change the image in here. You can change the logo. So as long as you create this structure, you'll be it will be very easy for you to change all the things that are as a content in the page. Okay. Now some of you may ask if this is suitable for iPhones and iPads. Now we are still using XHTML and CSS in this chapter. Okay, so I don't know if you guys already heard, but iPads and iPhones basically work with HTML5. So it's better suited to use HTML5 code to create websites for those devices. I'm going to show you and teach you all that in the HTML5 chapter, but in this chapter and in this final project, I'm going to use only XHTML and CSS. Now you can still see this website in those devices, but it may cause some problems. Okay, so I don't guarantee that this website will work either on an iPad or an iPhone, because we are not using HTML5 yet. Okay, I'm gonna create basically the same project that I'm creating here now in the HTML5 chapter. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do in the HTML5 chapter final project is take this website that we already created in the with XHTML and transform it into HTML5 code. So you'll be able to learn how to take a website, an old website with XHTML code, and transform it into the new website in HTML5. Don't worry, because it's something that it's very simple, as long as it's not a huge website. But I'm going to show you all that. Don't worry. Now, the first thing you need to do here is download a little program that is this program here, which is called Live CSS Editor, and it's an editor that we will use throughout the project. And whenever it's pretty useful, because whenever we type CSS here, we'll see the changes live in real time in the page. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to download that. You just have to search it on Google, pretty easy, and this is the link. Okay, just click it. It's a Chrome add-on. Okay, so just click add it to Chrome, okay, or add to Chrome, sorry. Just click there and it will self-install in your Chrome browser. If you're using Firefox or Internet Explorer, you have to find on your own other live CSS editors. I think Firefox has Firebug. Firebug has a live CSS editor. I'm not sure, but I'm sure that Firefox has a lot of live CSS editors as well as Internet Explorer 9. But you can still always use the normal way of refreshing the page and putting code in your Notepad++ and refreshing again to see the changes. Now, I'm going to take this out. The first thing we're going to do is create a new folder. Let's call this project and start from 0. Now, the first thing is open Notepad++. Okay, and create the first page or the main page. So let's type HTML, close HTML, and here you can type the head, close head. Here you can type the body, close body, and you can type here title and close title. Okay, let's save this. I'm gonna save this as let me see, where's the project folder. Here it is. I'm gonna save this as index.html, okay, which is going to be our main page. Now in the title you can type welcome. Okay, now here at the top we need the doc type declaration, and to see the doc type declaration that we want to use, you can go to the Web3 schools. It's an awesome website. If you don't know it yet, it's an awesome website, reference website, to see everything you need as references or guides for anything to do with web development. So in here, learn HTML, you have down here HTML doc type, and here you have the doc type declaration for HTML5. As you can see, is very simple, very small, but we are still using in this chapter XHTML 1.0, so I'm going to use this, copy this, let's go to Notepad and put it in here, okay, and save it. Now in here we want to type XML and S equals, let me save this. Now in here type HTTP www w3 org 1999 and XHTML. Don't worry, you will learn what this means in the XML chapter. Okay, this is some XML features and properties that you'll learn there in that chapter. Don't worry. And now next is right after title, I'm going to type some meta tags. Meta tags are basically to give information to the search engine, to the search engine like Google or Bing or Yahoo, to description of the website, the keywords of the website, the author. So it gives this, it gives a description of what the website is all about. So let's give the first meta name, or the first meta tag that we need is the description. Now we type content, and here we type the description of your company. So this could be an online course, school, or something like that. Okay. Now I'm going to copy this because the next one is pretty similar. Instead of description, here we type keywords, and the keywords you can type let's say in this case would be courses, comma. You have to separate the keywords by a comma. In here we type tutorials, web development, okay, something like that. It's up to you to type as many keywords as you want to describe your website. Now another one is the author, so we have to type pretty much the same again. Gonna paste it in here. Instead of description is author, and the content, the author is let's type, you can type your name here if you want to, and last not least, link to the CSS file, the external CSS file that we still have to create yet. Link rel, style sheet, and href equals to the file. The file is going to be called style.css. Type equals now text CSS, and we are done. Okay, and that's basically it for now for this video. I'm gonna create in the next video the CSS file, and we'll start doing and creating the divs, okay, and the sections of the web page. So see you guys in the next video. Bye. Oh, and I almost forgot, this line of code here that I'm going to paste now, it's for the characterization of your website. So as you can see here at the end there is a char set equals to a code which is UTF-8. Okay, this stands for the characterization for English, but if you're using Spanish or some other type of language as your content in your webpage, you should use another code which is the ISO and something, I don't remember, but you can go to Google and search for HTML char set, and you'll get all the codes for the different languages. Okay, and that's basically it. So see you guys in the next video. Bye.